Have you heard of the saying, the first thing in order to be successful is to love your job? We've all heard that. And let me start off this week by asking you, do you love your job? Are you passionate about what you do? These are loaded questions, but if your answer is yes, does loving your job make things easier for you? Is the immediate question that arises. You see, for decades, we have believed that loving what we do, loving our work, is a good thing. Loving your job is all it takes to be a good employee, to do better, to do well. Passion above money, they say. But is passion profitable, both for companies and the employees? And the answer to that question is way beyond a simple yes. It's rather complicated. Just have a look at this recent study. It says that passion can blur managers to reality. What does that mean? Let's just say you are more deserving of that promotion than your colleague, but she gets promoted. Why? Because the manager chose to ignore credible performance and, picked years of organizational association instead. And this, by the way, is just one of the many examples where managers are blindsided to the extent that poor performance is mostly neglected and often silenced. And in the name of harmonious passion, this takes a massive toll on the overall growth of the organization. From an employee perspective, passion is even riskier. It has two main ingredients after all, harmony and obsession. While harmonious passion arises because an employee genuinely enjoys their work, obsessive passion stems out of compulsive behavior that lacks self-control. And what's the outcome, you ask? Well, the former can lead to ineffective time and effort at work, while the latter can be overly and elusively idealistic. And both for personal and organizational performance. In fact, passion is believed to facilitate exploitation at work. And that is because passionate employees are asked to perform tasks that are completely unrelated to their job role. And it's normal to assume that they will work for not money, that they will work at the cost of their family time. I'm sure you would agree with me that it's hard to say no to work when you are in love with what you do. Say, for example, on a Sunday, your manager asks you to join a conference call or file a report. Now, someone who loves their work will probably do it anyway, despite Sunday being the weekly day off. Do you see the price for passion here? Perhaps it's a bit too pricey. The fashion for passion is understandable, but it has its own downsides. In other words, if you do what you love, it does not guarantee that you do it well or that it will do you good. So what's the ideal way to go about it? Having a meaningful conversation with your manager, perhaps, about your likes and dislikes, that would be a good place to start. Finding places outside of work to anchor your passion is another plausible way. You see, at the end of the day, it's to each their own. If being a workaholic makes you happy, you do you. You let that be your #Monday motivation, because loving your work is good. However, loving it too much might be a problem. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.